Right, hello and welcome everyone to yet another Beat Saber stream. Yeah, I did say in the past that I'm gonna do these more frequently. That didn't happen. Also, apparently it looks like my lip sync is not working. Or am I just blind? No. Okay. So I updated to Beat Saber 129.1. Apparently, is it working now? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So, this is now 129.1, and so far, everything seems to be working smoothly. Let's hope that stays that way. I have high hopes for everything working correctly. Also, credit to the Black Parrot for this menu environment, or at least showing me that it exists. I saw it on their stream, and it's called Menu Pillars or something like that. I think that's the name of the mod. Yeah, Menu Pillars, and it has like a whole bunch of configuration options that you can set, and it like follows the color of the selected album art. I love it. It's amazing. Anyway. Yeah, stuff happened and I didn't stream for like 2 weeks again, so it is what it is. I honestly can't control when I feel like it, but today I did, so I guess you're getting a stream now. And also hi to the YouTube VOD audience. Right. I did play a few warm-ups before this, so I'm like fairly confident that I should be able to keep going for a while, but we shall see. Right. Let's play this one. Hold on. Why is this 25 notes per second? Anyway, I think I saw this map on a stream recently and I wanted to give it a try. Probably it's a Poodles map or something. Okay, well, time to do this live, I guess. I like the song actually, so it made sense for me to try. Yep, it's Poodles. Okay, that's not really a good start. Let's try that again. I have a love-hate relationship with Poodles maps, because some of them have great songs, but this stuff just kills me.
Till death do us part, but we're already past that phase. This is a brand new start, and I think I deserve some praise for the way that I am. Despite
That's not happening. I like the song, but fortunately that's a bit too much for me. Can I... yeah. No, I want to remove from playlist. There it is. I want to check, actually, if there is non-Poodles version of this. Oops, if I could spell correctly. Best rated. That seems like a more reasonable speed.
but we're already past that phase. This is a brand new
Okay. Let's try this one.
till death do.
Oops, what happened? I think I accidentally pressed pause.
Till death do us part, but we're already past that phase. This is a brand new start, and I think I deserve some praise for the way that I am. Despite having overdosed and ending up comatose, I don't give a damn. I've let my emotions go. Fuck being a sober hoe. This is the mantra. This is my life. You're playing with now.
Back when I first discovered this song, I listened to it on repeat for like a solid few days.
I'm addicted to the madness. This hotel is my Atlantis. We're forever gonna have a fucking reason to sin. Let me leave my soul to burn and I'll be breathing it in. I'm addicted to the feeling, getting higher than the ceiling. And we're never gonna want this fucking feeling to end. Just concede and give in to your inner demons again.
Couldn't read that pattern at all.
Yeah, you fell in love, but you fell deeper in this pit. While death rains from above, so count your blessings, cause this is it. You're not letting it go. So what if I misbehave? It's what everybody craves. You already know. So come if you're feeling brave and fancy yourself a mate. You want it, I got it. See what you like. We could have it all by the end of the night. Your money and power, my sinful delight. I hate it, the heaven and hell that I live high. I'm addicted to the madness. This hotel is my Atlantis. We're forever gonna have a fucking reason to sin. Let me leave my soul to burn and I'll be breathing it in. I'm addicted to the feeling, getting higher than the ceiling. And we're never gonna want this fucking feeling to end. Just concede and give in to your inner demons again.
Hello there. Guess that's a follow. I currently can't see exactly what's going on, but considering there is nothing in my stream overlay, it was probably a follow. Thank you very much for that. Okay, this part's probably gonna kill me at this rate.
Into your inner demons again. I'm addicted to the feeling, getting higher than the ceiling. And we're
Somehow I didn't die.
fucking feeling the end. Just concede and give in to your inner demons again.
I'm not sure I speak that language. Is that like Portuguese or Spanish? Not sure. I'm English only, sorry. Was that Spanish? That was English. It was addict. Yeah, it was addict from Has Been Hotel. It's not Spanish actually, as far as I'm aware. Maybe I'm wrong, but
This is a brand new start, and I think I deserve.
it's just heavily distorted. Was there actually? Yeah, there was another map that I wanted to play. Yeah, this one. saw someone else play this on stream. I figured I would also give it a shot. Probably expert. I'll give that a try. See what happens. Now this environment is oddly fitting for the theme of the show. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I didn't get that at first. That was supposed to be lyrics for another song. Queue should be open, by the way. So if you got anything specific, can feel free to request it. I'll do my best. There's like, I have a hard cap of like 6.5 notes per second, because above that I basically fail everything. So I'll do my best to try everything, but it's not always a given. So I like the new ranked indicators now. There's because I updated Beat Saber to version 1.29.1. I used to play on 1.28 all this time. At 29.1 the ranked indicators are updated, so now they have individual rankings for beat leader and score saber, and apparently it shows both. I think the star count still shows score saber all the time. I'm not sure there's even a way to configure that, but at least I can see the beat leader rank on the right. Oh, that's nice. They even have this kind of hover thing that shows all more information. That's nice. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go through. I unplayed Q. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, most of these are like heckin' difficult. They are supposed to help me rank up, but I am a bit out of practice. I took another 2 weeks off after like the last stream or so, so I didn't even bother to change the stream title, because honestly at this point I still need to get back into practice. Let's see this one. Probably gonna stick to easier difficulties for the start, because I have made the mistake of playing higher difficulties at the very beginning and then my arms died, so I can't really stream for too long if I start immediately with the extremely super fast songs. Hello, thank you for the follow. Really want to do these streams more often, but oftentimes I just wake up and I'm like completely not feeling like playing, or something's hurting, and I get to find a whole lot of excuses to why I won't stream that day. And also the Apex Legends season is ending soon, and I've been playing quite a bit, trying to farm the battle pass. I did manage to finish it like yesterday. At least that gives me that. There's still a collection event going on, so I'm probably still gonna play even tonight. Though, speaking of tonight, there's going to be a Furries on Twitch meetup, which is the Twitch team that I am part of, and if the event is streamable, I might end up streaming it as well. It's gonna be in VR chat, and probably it will be playing some games and stuff, so we'll see. For the time being, I'm going with Beat Saber for like another 1.5 hours-ish. I'm not sure, I usually do like around 2 hours, because that's how long I can keep up, but we're gonna see. This song is quite nice. I just picked it off my to never played list or something like that, and it actually isn't too bad. Yeah, it's fun. The event is in their Discord, so you should be able to see it there. There's like a way to sign up for notifications. And there's a VR chat group that they host the event in, so it's like a group plus instance or something like that, so even technically I think friends of streamers can also join, but don't quote me on that. I think the last time there was a meetup, it was still allowed to bring in friends for the streamers. And also I believe the VR chat group is actually like open to most people to join. Like they thought about closing it down for a while, and then it just got opened up or something like that. That's what I remember. I guess as long as you are friends with someone from the group or are part of the group yourself, then you can join the event probably. And this meetup apparently is also weekly, which I only found out after I read the Discord announcement, well, not announcement, the event notification that was posted in the server. So I guess it's done every week. I didn't really internalize that. I thought it was just like once a month or something. Last time we played it was golf, I think, and then afterwards we did quick draw, which I'm a big fan of in terms of like VR chat games. I also tend to be relatively good at it. It helps to have a large English vocabulary in that game. Most of the time you're not even necessarily relying on the drawing. It's usually like, so for anyone who's not familiar, Quick Draw is like a game where you have a podium and you can join a game and you will be given a word to draw. And you get like different colored pens and stuff, so you can like make a color drawing and people have to guess the word you're drawing. And if you're drawing well enough for people to guess it, then you get points, and you also get points obviously for guessing. So, and as the timer runs out, because you have like a fixed time to make your drawing, and as the time is running out, there's words appearing. The letters in the word are slowly appearing, like one at a time. And usually it can be enough of a hint if you know enough words, and the length you can see because the underscores indicate how many letters there are. And based on the letters that pop up and also the length of the word, you can usually make a pretty educated guess even before someone fully finishes their drawing. So that's like a pro strategy. If you have the English dictionary memorized, then you can basically guess even before someone starts drawing, but it's a bit of a stretch. Especially when there's like multiple different words, and one of them is 3 letters, you can almost always assume it's D, because that's like one of the most common 3-letter words. It's half seeing the drawing and half knowing what's possible to fit into those gaps. People are always like blown away by how good I seem. It's just because of like this strategy. So that's kind of like the secret to winning Quick Draw. Just know a lot of words and try to fit them into the available space as soon as possible. Drawing is like only 60 to 70% of it. The rest of it is like just guessing the actual possibilities. Also, recently a new episode of Futurama has came out, as they rebooted the series on Hulu, I believe. So if you're into Futurama or have seen it in the past, it's potentially something to look forward to. I guess it's gonna be a whole season's worth of new episodes soon, but only the first one is out so far. Not gonna spoil it, but it was fun. It seems like they're bringing back the general vibe of the actual series. It's not like a huge flop, at least. I remember back when I first discovered this series, I like watched the entirety of the backlog of episodes. It's kind of right up my alley, this whole futuristic technology stuff. I like technology, obviously. I'm like a developer slash computer enthusiast, so it's kind of what I'm into. That toggle is dangerously close to the continue button. I really hope I don't end up ever pressing that by accident. This is a rewinder mod that I also saw some other streamer use for like practicing on like work in progress maps and stuff like that. So it seems kind of nice, but that positioning of that button, from a user experience standpoint, I'm a bit concerned about that. This is right above continue. That's basically a delete button for whatever score you currently have, because it will not be submittable, I think. Maybe it actually doesn't like block submission until you start changing settings, then that's more fine, but I don't know. I'm just paranoid. Oh, this song is nice. Sounds quite familiar, but I can't really remember how I even heard it. That's going in the favorites for sure after I'm done. Oh god, my eyes. Unable to read. What was that? God. Okay, how long's left? Wasn't even expert plus, I don't think. This has gotta be just expert. No, it was hard. God, okay. They don't want to know what the other difficulties of this are like. Gosh. No way I'm doing any of that. I think that was nice. Yeah, favored that. Okay. Ooh. Arms are feeling that one. Try something a little shorter maybe. What's this? No score? No score. Okay. Slightly dangerous, but worth a shot. Might have to try a GD fixer if I can pass it like this. Let's see. I like how I said I'm gonna do a slower song, and then I picked something that's even faster. It's a very smart move. Okay. Very real possibility of 0 misses. Okay. Let's try. Nope. There goes that. Close though. Not even gonna retry. There's no chance I'm doing that 0 misses. Second the shot. It was just beginner's luck.
Victory.
Oh, that was also quite manageable. Oh, well, I can take care of that request real quick. Let's see. Oh, that seems fine. Yeah, difficulty-wise, it's not too bad. Okay, let's give it a shot. So a quick start.
Drift away, and lie below the shining rays. You swim so slowly, your life seems so carefree, floating through the sunlight zone, feeling happy all alone. Mr. Sunfish, oh Mr. Ocean Fish, drift away, drift away.
Slightly unusual mapping, played that much.
Don't you feel lonely, and don't you feel unseen? I do envy you a bit, how you never seem to quit. You seem to always try to take your time, while staying silent in the ocean brine. Oh, I wish I could relate to a fish without a tail, but the sunrise somehow washes me away. Good morning, Mr. Sunfish, please teach me all.
This is more like a vibe map slash maybe accuracy. I'm not sure exactly on those terms, but feels like it wasn't meant for fast-paced playing. Oh, that's nice. I'm like always glad to see when people are interested in mapping, because ultimately mapping's what's keeping this game alive still after so many years. So the more maps we have, the better. And there's like quite a bit of resources and stuff on how to map well and things like that. And I'm genuinely like impressed by people who are able to keep all that in mind and actually do mapping of their own. Like I tried it in the past as well, and I have a map in the works, but there's issues with it, and I don't have a lot of time or motivation to keep doing it. So anyone that has motivation for mapping and is doing it, major props. Keep up the great work. And there's resources in the BSMG Discord, the Beat Saber modding group, and a bunch of tips and programs to help with that. So it's always worth looking into different options. They have like review processes as well. Yeah, that's an amazing goal to do. Yeah, keep at it.
Mr. Sunfish, oh Mr. Ocean Fish, tell me why, the waters never seem to dry. It's sounds so cozy to dwell the seven seas. Don't you ever feel upset? Are there things that you regret?
There's like a bunch of people that have like criteria in their request to not allow songs from earlier, like 2018 or something like that, because back when the game came out, mapping was kind of like a Wild West and you could just do whatever you wanted. And people slowly realized that there's some things that are worth keeping in mind to make playing maps more fun and accessible generally. There's some kind of patterns that are just difficult to do as a human because you have physical hands and are moving controllers. So some patterns are just flat out impossible or extremely difficult to do in some maps. And there's like a whole bunch of guidelines now to help people avoid those kinds of patterns and to just make the map more enjoyable and playable by more people. Because there's some people who can play faster songs and there's some people who can't play like extremely slow songs. I think both ends of the spectrum are valid, and the way to make that more enjoyable for everyone is to follow the guidelines, and that way more people are able to enjoy your maps. That's ultimately what I think every mapper's goal is, to have their maps played and for people to enjoy it. So. Like, I'm personally not well equipped to like give a proper critique on maps because I'm myself not very familiar with like all the ins and outs of mapping and what proper mapping should look like, but I have like a general feeling for what's easy for me to play and what's difficult. If that helps anyone, then I can always give maps a try, but I won't necessarily be able to give like concrete suggestions on what's exactly wrong. I'll just know that it's difficult for me to play. I've had that in the past, and it could be also because of my lack of skill, and it could potentially be because mapping is problematic. So yeah, that's why I'm like not really saying that I'm open to giving critique to anyone, because I feel like I could potentially mislead people if I just suck at the game and the map is otherwise fine. So there's resources out there and better players for that matter to give feedback on maps. I am also using those resources. Like when I want to request feedback for maps, I would go to the BSMG Discord or just find other streamers. Now, speaking of other streamers, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but this menu environment that changes color based on the selected music, it was actually, I saw it on the Black Parrot's stream for the first time, and it's called something like Menu Pillars, and it has a whole bunch of options. You can change the brightness, change the color, that's the default. You can also use the cover color. There's also a visualized audio, which I kind of turned off because it can be distracting, but basically it like flashes the lights based on the music. It's kind of nice. That's not for my taste. There's also rainbow colors, which makes it kind of very pride looking. But for me, this is just solid color is fine. I like this one a lot, so yeah. If you don't know the Black Parrot, be sure to follow them, because they're actually great. And they can use the support. Let me actually, can I do this? that work? Yeah, it works. Okay. Perfect. Their stuff's amazing, and they're quite an inspiration, so I can wholeheartedly recommend them. I'm also using their hit sounds. It's credited in my Twitch About Me section, but I feel like it's worth repeating because they're really nice. And before that, I actually use like 2 different hit sounds. For the good hit sound, that's Black Parrots, and the bad hit sound is Bandoots. But as far as I'm aware, Bandoot doesn't do Beat Saber anymore, or like streaming at all. Don't actually follow them, but I found the hit sounds earlier, and I actually quite like it. So that's what I ended up using. Well, yeah, that's understandable. Like, there's some stuff regarding the creator of that franchise that people really cannot associate with. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it either, but just because you play the game, I'm not going to blame you. Like, I know people that play the game because they like the franchise and have no idea what the creator of that franchise is up to. And for me personally, I might not like what they're doing, but I'm not gonna prevent someone from just trying to have fun, from my personal opinion. Like, if the game is fun for you, then play it. I'm not gonna blame you for it, but it's not something that I can personally justify doing. Like, the person that created the full franchise is doing some really awful things lately. I honestly can't blame them for, the Black Parrot for choosing not to engage with people like that, but that's their choice. Yeah, there's a whole lot of discussion about the separating the artist from the art and stuff like that. The way I see it is some people simply it's what they grew up with and what they continue to like, and as far as they're like not actually believing what the creator is doing and following that harmful thought process, to me I see no harm being done to enjoy what they're doing despite disagreeing with their policies. Like, it if you're buying the game, yes, you are implicitly supporting the creator of that game. But ultimately, like, with what's going on in the world right now, for all we know, the whole thing's gonna end in like 5 years or whatever. Global warming, whatever else. At this point, if you want to have fun, you're not hurting anyone actively, I'm not gonna fault anyone for just trying to have fun. Honestly, like in this world and economy that we're currently in, yeah, it is unfortunate that that's what it has gone to, and I am really sorry for like the people that are now being negatively affected by it. But all Switch games, I'm not sure how that would be the case, but honestly, like, just you as an individual person choosing not to play that game, it's more about your individual preferences rather than furthering some larger goal of preventing them from making money off of their horrible beliefs. Because ultimately, a single purchase is not going to change anything, and realistically, there's just so many people that are going to pay it anyway or just buy it out of spite that it's not going to make a difference if there's one single person who I may or may not be familiar with is playing it. Like, ultimately, it would have to be a larger shift. There's just too many people at this point who are like following what they're doing, that for every single person that boycotts it, I feel like there's going to be a handful others who buy it additional copies just out of spite. Like, there's no winning that fight. So as long as you don't have those same beliefs and you're not actively causing harm to the people that are negatively being affected by that, I honestly can't fault you for trying to just have fun in your own time. Like, I might not agree with that and I might not play it myself, but I'm not going to like deprive anyone else from that experience. It's not something I would personally do, but I'm not gonna judge you just because you play that one game. There's usually like other factors at play. Like, if I'm gonna judge someone for something, it has to be based on like actions towards people who are actually living through that experience and are facing difficulties. Like, if someone played that game and still had besides playing the game, they did something else that hurt the trans or LGBTQ community, then yeah, that's a problem, because then they're clearly following what the creator is going for. But if the only thing you do is play that game and you're not otherwise harming anyone, then what's the problem? Like, that's the way I see it. And yeah, this map, bit too difficult for my taste. I'm gonna give it one more shot, but I feel like that's probably not gonna go well. Yeah, this is like on the edge of what I'm even able to read. I'm honestly not surprised. It's like 6.5 notes per second-ish. Yeah, I don't think this is happening. Sorry.
Wow.
Thank you for the follow. This is not played right. And then filter unplayed. Okay. What else do we got? How long? 1 hour, okay. Probably take a quick 5-minute break soon. Just one more map first. Oh, okay. Guess that's a possible candidate. Alright, let's give it a try. Apparently it has no scores yet. Let's see. Oh, okay, hold on. That's is it not? It's what it gave me. What was the song that you wanted to request? Because I can also look the song up by name myself. Oh, might as well finish this one while I'm here, so I don't die. Mitz, you forgot. Okay, let me see. From Camellia. Is it this one? I seem to have this one downloaded for some reason. There's like 3 different versions of it. A3. I think there's a typo. So you got 1A323, and this is 1A322. The final number is a 2. So this is probably it. Right. Give this a shot, then I'll take a quick break.
Also, I saw earlier that you can make the event, and I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe it's worth letting Sif know that time could be worth adjusting. I'm not sure exactly how the scheduling is done for these. I think in the past there was talk about having different times, so American folks can also join in, or like people on the other side of the map. So this is like a perfect-ish time for Europe. It's just at 9:30 for me. Yeah, I think any and all feedback Sif is welcome. Hey, that's basically 0 misses except for the one in front of it. I'll take it.
Victory.
Right, quick 5-minute-ish break. I'll be right back. And we're back, apparently. Okay. We got about 40 more minutes-ish. We'll see. Might keep going a bit longer, but normally like 1 hour and 45 minutes is my go-to time. Right, let's see. Hello again. Okay, let's see. 547. That's where the shot. Oh god. Hold on a second. That's okay. Was a bit of a quick start to that. Hey, hello, thank you for the follow. This is kind of the type of mapping that I would say is difficult for me to play. I don't like to say that it's bad mapping, because it can always be that I'm just bad at the game, but for me this is like extremely difficult to follow. Yep, that is my voice. Hello there. It's been about 2 streams ago that I started to speak on stream. Yeah, it's been a thing. It was over like 2 weeks ago that I did those streams. Happy Sunday. You didn't hear the voice. That's gotta be strange, because I was talking the whole time. Happy Sunday to you as well. By the way, if you weren't aware, there's gonna be a Furries on Twitch meetup in VR chat tonight, organized by Sifren. There's more information on the Discord, and if the event is streamable, I might consider also streaming it. That is yet to be decided. The event is definitely happening, because I'm not the one organizing it. Really wish they would do like pings on the Discord, because last time I missed the fact that there was even a meetup. So today I specifically looked for the event in the server, and then I saw that there is going to be one. Well, that was close to failing. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. It's going alright for the most part. I really need to get used to playing more, because I've just been... Last time, like, I did a stream 2 weeks ago-ish, I think. Lost track of time a long while ago, but anyway, it was like 2 weeks ago, and I did another stream, like 2 days later, a Monday morning, and then I completely, like, wrecked myself to the point where I started hurting in places, and I, like, didn't have the willpower or the feeling to stream for like another 2 weeks-ish up until now, because just some random places were hurting for no reason. Like, don't know if it was directly because of that or if I did something else that caused it, but anyway, for now it seems to be fine. We'll see how I feel after this one. I'm trying not to go as hard as before. I really want to get into the habit of just doing this more, because this is my exercise. Like, I don't do any other exercise stuff. I just, whenever I play Beat Saber, that's my exercise, and if I don't play for 2 weeks, then I don't exercise for 2 weeks, and that's a problem. So yeah, the more regularly I can play and stream, the better it is for my health. I'll try not to overdo it. I don't have a bot for that, but thank you for the hug. I wanna like develop my own bot and overlay further. I've had like ideas for things during the BRB scene, like having some kind of BRB game, like Words on Stream, but something different. Like I think Words on Stream requires like more larger audience, and it's a bit difficult to actually progress through the levels if you're like the only person in the chat. So I was thinking something more like Wordle, where I would have a chat overlay that would, if the message that was sent matches the length of the current word that you're supposed to guess, your message would be replaced by these colored squares, like the yellow, green, whatever. The game Wordle that basically everyone played back when it was not owned by some major news company. And kind of like that, and then you would just message in the chat with the text, and you would get that kind of highlighting on your message. That was like one of my ideas that I was thinking about, because that you don't really need a lot of people for that, and that's kind of something that could be nice as like an activity while I'm away. The thing is, like, I really infrequently do breaks. Like in a stream, usually I would have like one break in the middle, and I don't think that's really giving a lot of opportunities for people to actually play with whatever I put on the BRB scene. I either need to make my streams longer or have some kind of very simple activity that's really just there to kill time.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'd be the first. Welcome to the internet. Come and take a seat. Would you like to see the news or any famous women's feet? There's no need.
The interesting thing about this song is I was on a virality, not the big one, I was also on the latest one, but between that there was like a smaller virality that was like a single day or something like that. And we met some kind of furry who was in a cat avatar, and they did a really good rendition of this song in the game. And I was like a bit floored, like how someone could like learn this whole song and just sing it in this almost exactly the same voice.
And a bunch of colored pencil drawings of all the different characters in Harry Potter fucking each other. Welcome to the internet. Hold on to your socks.
That's kind of my last memory involving this song.
They are grainy and off-putting. He just sent you more. Don't act surprised, you know you like it, you whore. See a man beheaded, get offended, see a shrink. Show us pictures of your children, tell us every thought you think. Start a rumor, buy a bloomer, send a death threat to a boomer, or DM a girl and groomer, do a zoomer, find a tumor in your. Here's a healthy breakfast option. You should kill your mom. Here's why women never fuck you. Here's how you can build a bomb. Which Power Ranger are you? Take this quirky quiz. Obama sent the immigrants to vaccinate your kids. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time.
Right, a great lunch. And the sweater is like making it really difficult to actually like do stuff, because all the time you're feeling like not doing anything because of how hot it is. I have a fan constantly going on me basically. Like I used to only need the fan during winter when I was playing, because I do get sweaty during Beat Saber, but now I just need the fan to run constantly while I'm just sitting at my computer and working and stuff. I've said it before, but I'm like genuinely sorry for anyone living close to the equator, because it is basically unbearable even here, and I'm not really living close to that. I'm more in Central Europe-ish.
Now look at you. Oh, look at you. Unstoppable, watchable. Your time is now. Your insides out. Honey, how you grew. And if we stick together, who knows what we'll do. It was always the plan to put the world in your hand. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything, all of the time. Could I interest you in everything, all of the time? A little bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything and anything and everything and anything and everything and all of the time.
Victory.
Also, speaking of the internet, I heard like basically everyone singing the praises for the Barbie movie, so I'm potentially considering seeing it. I honestly wasn't really interested in either Barbie or Oppenheimer, as the atomic bombs are not really my interest, and Barbie, well, is not something that I've ever really been interested in, but apparently it's like good still. Like, I know like stuff like MLP and other movies and shows like that get like stereotypically called out for being girly despite being actually watchable by all demographics. And it kind of feels like from the online sentiment that the Barbie movie, at least, that came out recently, is kind of also like that. Like, it's not just for the female demographic. I might potentially consider giving it a shot, just based on everyone saying how good it is. Because I have like a whole list of movies and shows that I'm supposed to watch, but there's just not enough hours in a day between work and trying to exist. It's practically like impossible to keep up with all the stuff that's coming out. Apparently I don't have a score on this. Interesting. Normal difficulty should be fine. It is quite funny how the entire internet somehow seemed to turn into this war against the two different movies. Like, Oppenheimer and Barbie are like completely different genres. I feel like that's probably part of the reason why it became such a meme. Like, obviously you're gonna see the one you're interested in, and then like people are like, oh, you gotta see both just because they come out on the same date. Like, I don't know. Feels like there's gotta be some kind of marketing agency involved in that to make it that viral. I don't think normally it would get this kind of attention, but maybe I'm just out of touch with today's trends. A lot of it can also be traced back to TikTok. Like, it's a platform that I'm personally not all that interested in. But every single time I say that I'm not interested in TikTok, I feel like I age 50 years or something like that. I'm like the big boomer who's just saying, oh, back in the good old days, all we had was Facebook or whatever. But like, I'm genuinely not all that interested in most of the TikTok content. There's good stuff on there. I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like the whole short video format is just designed to maximize the amount of time you spend on the platform that it's created on. It's like shortening your attention span even more than it already is. I feel like I really don't need that in my life, besides all the possible data collection that's happening in the background. Like, there's a lot of genuinely funny people and great videos on TikTok, but I can't bring myself to actually go to that app and consistently browse it. That too. I guess people meeting in real life was kinda kicked in the nuts by COVID, and then it just stayed there. Like, everything's moving towards more digital stuff. Like, even VR, it had a big boom in 2020, I think, because of the fact that people are not able to go out and travel. So people are starting to go towards these kinds of virtual experiences because how difficult it is to move around, like with geographical distances being what it is, and also how like furries are sometimes even split across multiple countries and things like that. It just makes it really difficult to actually connect in real life with people that you care about. So sort of online is The best way to do that, and the platforms that enable it, are slowly starting to have their downfall moment. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about Twitter's rebranding. What's going on at Twitter, it's kind of like a lost cause at this point. It just feels like it's being driven to the ground on purpose. Which is a shame, because there's quite a few artists that I actually found through Twitter and who have great work, and they're not getting reach anymore because you're just supposed to pay Elon $8 a month to actually have your post visible at this point. It's a really unfortunate situation, and everybody's trying to get off of that platform, like moving to Blue Sky, Mastodon, whatever else, Tumblr. So somehow Tumblr is making a comeback. I really didn't expect that, but apparently people are just also going back there, despite all the bans they did in the past. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. If your audience is moving, then you gotta move with them. The problem is that the audience is moving like in so many places that you can barely keep up with where everybody's moving to each week. It's frankly getting ridiculous. Like, so far, the most promising one to me seems to be Mastodon, because it's not like logged away behind anything, so you could just go to one of the furry instances, sign up, and then you will have a Mastodon account, and you can just follow people across instances. It's kind of nice. It also has some drawbacks, but all the other platforms like Itaku, Co-host, I don't know, whatever else is still there, it still has a very small user base compared to what was there on Twitter. And ultimately, none of these platforms seem like they're going to be an immediate replacement. Blue Sky seems like the best contender right now because of all the people who are just picking it up and moving there, but because of their invite system, most of the people that I know that want to get on there actually can't because they don't have an invite. It's like a really terrible situation where the place that seems like the most promising is the one that's most logged down and difficult to get into. So it's a mess, and at this point I'm not sure what's gonna fix it. I feel like if Twitter goes down, like, because of some stupid decision, then everybody's going to be at a loss for where to go next, because there's just so many places to go. It's kind of impossible. Whoa. Okay, hold on. That was really fast. Was the normal 16? This was on, and that was that fast. Okay. Well, let's try. Was there 2000? Maybe that'll help. I'm not even sure what is best at this point. Like, it was nice to have Tumblr back in the day because it had everything that I wanted to look at in one place. Then they decided to do some banning of people and certain things, and then everybody seemingly moved to Twitter as the next best thing, but then now Twitter is going down, so where's everybody gonna go now? That's... Honestly, it's kind of unrealistic to have people set up their own websites because there's just not gonna be a single feed that people can scroll through to check with all the different artists that they follow. So it's either gonna be everyone having their own separate sites and then the attention being sort of divided into the most hardcore fans who are actually able to keep up with that, or it's gonna be like some fragmentation of very different platforms and some people only post to one, some post to multiple, then you go to check multiple sites still. So honestly, we just need to bring back RSS feeds. Like, everybody who has their own website just sets up an RSS feed. Then you need to bring back RSS readers so you can actually read those feeds in one place. Now we'll come for full circle. I just don't foresee most regular people actually bothering with RSS. It needs to be made way more accessible, and the problem with that inherently is that if you have different readers for the content, then you're not gonna have ad revenue because the interface you're reading it on doesn't have your own ads. So you will need to find some other way to monetize your content. And that's kind of why universal basic income would be really nice to just have as something that exists globally, because then you're not stuck fighting to have your basic necessities. Like if you had UBI, you would have your existence secured to some extent. Then you could just earn money to spend on luxuries or like things that you need the additional money for. And you wouldn't need to have a job to sustain yourself. And then that could potentially foster open source communities or allow people to make a living without having to constantly beg for support. Like, it's a really heartless system that we currently have that is just not working for many people. Like, if for some reason you're not able to keep working regularly at a job, then you're almost left to rot by society. Like, that's not really a great system. And streaming and things like that allow many people to still stay afloat, but I feel like it shouldn't be something that they have to do. It should be something that they can choose to do in order to earn additional income for themselves and not have to worry about literally getting on the street if they don't do something. Like, it's just heartless. And with automation and everything sort of replacing jobs and things like that, it really feels inevitable that people are just going to be out of a job and there will be nobody to hire them again because there's just not enough openings. Companies trying to maximize profits and cutting people. It's a mess. Don't even want to think about it. Like, even at my job, there's often cases when people have to be left off the team for budgeting reasons, and it's always heartbreaking to see people with great talent just being thrown away because we don't have the money right now, and that's really unfortunate. Some people I genuinely enjoyed working with, they just end up leaving for better pay or because the customer doesn't want them. It's really sad to see. I wish we could just have like people's basic necessities always covered, so you're not constantly left worrying about, potentially getting on the street. It feels like the whole system is rigged, so you have to constantly take out loans and basically just make sure that institutions, banks, and CEOs are continuing to be paid while you're starving. And that doesn't feel really right in any sense. And with the current writer and actor strike, they're refusing to give up like a very small percentage of studio profits just to have the strike end and for them to not lose a whole bunch of more money. Like, somehow they're that short-sighted that they don't see the benefit in that. The studios, I mean. Like, workers, obviously, if they got fairly compensated for their work, there wouldn't be a strike. And just the other day I saw like job postings for AI writers and things like that. Like, imagine having all of your future movies and series basically acted and written by artificial intelligence. This is also like why they're pushing to get actors to sell away their likeness, the rights to their likeness. And there was actually a new season of Black Mirror that came out recently. It had something very similar to this in it. I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing, but essentially like this whole dystopian future of just studios owning the rights to people's faces and body. Basically, it's a terrible precedent, because at that point you can just generate whatever you want with whatever actors you want, and you will have no control over it. That's terrible. Don't want to live in that future. This is what I also discussed previously about speaking on stream, because if I speak on stream, that gives my voice basically away to the public. And if someone in the future just wanted to take all these hours of Beat Saber playing content, then they can just take it and clone my voice, and I won't be able to do anything about it. And that's something that I had to come to terms with before I started talking on stream. Yeah, let's actually play instead of just talking. Speaking of the writer's strike though, there's actually a YouTube channel that the striking writers created called Contract TK, and they're uploading weekly updates on the status of the strike. And it's like, it's sort of in the style of some kind of comedy sketch to an extent, like they're playing as news actors, talking about the strike, and there's the occasional jokes thrown in there. It's really informative. And I kind of find it nice to see that the people are taking their power back in that sense. They're producing their own show on YouTube to talk about this whole strike and the different happenings. I think it's really worth a watch to check it out.
Victory.
Shooting the homes rebuff.
This is hype. Would be a real shame to fail on this one. Oh, that's not going so well. I guess well is always relative. Like compared to maybe a few years ago, I'm theoretically going way better. But not to my usual accuracy. I'm supposed to be able to do 86% on average on songs that I actually can play. So if I go too far below 80, well, that's probably an indication that it's too difficult. Yeah, nah. That's not happening. 6.5 stars. Well, maybe I can try and go for the lower one. I'm getting close to the limit of what I can do, both in terms of song difficulty and stream length. Done an hour and 45 minutes now, or ish, close to that. It is nice to sometimes try and play harder songs, because that's ultimately how one's going to improve their skill. At the same time, it can be a bit disheartening when you're just barely scraping by on energy. It's a delicate balance, trying to play some more difficult songs, but also some easier ones. To keep the motivation going. Oh, also I need to issue a correction, because I think in a previous stream I said I'm close to 1,000 hours or 800. I did check and it's actually closer to like 250, so I lied, I'm sorry. It felt like a lot, but apparently I'm only like 200 something hours into this game. But that is closer to my average. Like, that was 87% accuracy. That I'm fine with. If I can do that, then that's my general goal. No, I guess so. Yeah, I could theoretically make up whatever statistics I want. There's always like that feeling when you've been doing stuff for a while and it feels like, oh, you've been at it for hours, but it's only been like 30 minutes. Yeah, that's the kind of feeling I get with Beat Saber. It's a game that you can get into really easily, but it's really hard to master, especially 11-star songs like this. I can't dream of ever hitting this. Like, it actually feels like impossible. I genuinely don't know how people do that. I'm also like soon turning 25. Like, maybe I'm just too old for this. All the young kids are much more flexible and have faster reaction time. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. And to me, that's all that matters. I mean, higher rankings is nice, but I'm not gonna like break myself over it. Do I have any request pending? Okay, no. Just wanted to check. Yeah, like, there's no harm in playing slower songs, playing with modifiers, playing with different difficulties. It's all about accessibility. As long as you're having fun and you're getting some workout from doing it, it can only really be beneficial. It's always better than not doing it, so you can find a fun way to combine exercise and playing a game. In the meantime, I think that's always a healthy option compared to just sitting around. And that's part of the reason why I even got into VR. Like, I originally justified this purchase of the whole index kit by saying, oh, I'm gonna play so much Beat Saber and get in shape and all that. And, well, that didn't necessarily happen the way I imagined it would. I ended up also getting full body and then sitting and sleeping, well, when I was sleeping, but like laying down in VR chat for hours. So that's not exactly contributing to that goal. But I'm trying to fix that by streaming. So streaming gives me like some level of accountability, so I'm actually motivated to keep playing. Because if I'm not streaming, I might say, oh, I'm too tired now, might as well just do something else. If I am streaming, that's giving me a reason to keep going. So all of you watching right now, that's helping me keep me in check and actually exercise, which I should have been doing all this time on my own, but I'm not disciplined enough to do that without having any kind of accountability. So it helps me and it gives people something fun to watch. As far as I'm concerned, that's a win-win. What's this? 7.3. That's an interesting difficulty scale. Go from 3.68 all the way to 7. I don't know. I'll try the expert. Wow. It's a quick start. One of the main difficulties with this kind of live format, for me at least, is because of the fact that I'm kind of introverted. I have a really hard time coming up with interesting topics to talk about. Like sometimes there are just recent events that I can mention, but besides that, even though I'm knowledgeable in a few subjects and there's things that I could talk about for hours, if there's like not an indication of what the people I'm talking to are interested in, then I sort of have a tendency to just not even bother to talk because I don't know that I may be annoying or things like that. Not just like in terms of streaming, but also with like VR chat playing on my own, for example. I don't know when's the appropriate time for me to even join a conversation, when should I start one, kind of topics that I could possibly talk about that won't bore people to death. Like web development is obviously what I do for my job, and it's not really something that most people are into. Like could talk about semantic HTML for hours probably, but there's gonna be a really small audience that's actually gonna be interested in that. So trying to find topics to talk about on stream is a bit of a pain point for me. And it's also like why, like I mentioned, for a while I didn't talk on stream. And that was because I felt like I had nothing to say. Like I just wanted to play and exercise, and that was it. And I didn't think that anything that I had to say would be interesting for anyone, because ultimately whatever I can say has probably already been said by someone else, or it's not really relevant to the people watching. It's just, I figured whatever, why not just do it, see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Well, besides my voice getting cloned by AI and someone impersonating me, but yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. It's just way easier to interact with chat, because back when I didn't talk and stream, every time someone sent a message, I would have to type a response on the keyboard, which obviously takes time, and I don't like to leave that time in the stream itself. Like, it makes it more streamlined if I can just say my response. That's, I think, what was the ultimate decider that I'm actually gonna put my voice out there. Audio quality on this is not great, but I like this song, so maybe the mapping is not gonna be too bad either. This is kind of like a programming related song. It has a whole bunch of stuff like that in it. It was actually one of my coworkers that sent this to me a while ago. Like, this is probably your style, and I'm like, yep, that's something that I like. I have no idea what anime or otherwise Japanese animated content it's from. It's probably related to anime considering the cover art, because I've seen that in the past, but the song itself is like really nice. The way I listen to music, it's usually like when I discover a new song, I put it on repeat for a day. And if I can listen to a song on repeat for a whole day, then it's going into my main playlist. That's kind of the songs that I like, that I can just put on, and they're enjoyable enough that they're good as background noise. But I can also focus in on the lyrics if I ever feel the need. And it's just either calming or helping me keep pace while doing something else. I feel like this is one of those songs. Also, way before I was streaming, I used to make YouTube videos. So I would play various games and have some commentary over them. It was usually in my native language though. I did do some English, but overall my whole YouTube career didn't last so long, because back then, and even today to some degree, I have a really hard time just talking on my own if there's somebody in my vicinity. And because of the fact that I live with my parents and my grandma, there's basically always someone home. So it's really difficult for me to work up the courage to basically talk to myself with other people around me. And back then, both my mom and dad had a job, and there was times after school when neither of them were home, so I could be home alone and actually talk into a microphone for videos. But nowadays, there's basically always someone home, so from the one hand, switching to English does help, because my parents don't speak English, well, not very well, and they certainly can't understand me. So it's giving me some privacy from them, and at the same time I can still be who I want to be. If there is no like hiding what's going on the top right, like basically I am like not straight and they are not aware of that, so any kind of mention of that I don't really want to do in my native language, because then they would find out. And I honestly don't want them to find out until I have my own place to live. Because I've heard enough horror stories of people coming out and then, well, basically probably, like, I wouldn't be put on the street, but I've heard other people got kicked out, and the chances are the atmosphere in the house wouldn't be the same if I decided to tell my very traditional Christian family that they're probably not gonna have grandkids. Can't really imagine that going over well. $14, okay, that's not happening. Am I even on the right list? I should be. Let's see, at 2 hours. I mean, I know it's on there, but like my parents don't watch me stream, they barely know my online username. I don't mind putting it out there on the internet, because ultimately the people I don't want to find out are not going to. Like, they're not looking at what I'm doing online, so I don't feel in danger in that sense. And generally speaking, I don't mind other people knowing. But yeah, my close family, they're out of that circle. Like I used to draw as well, and I basically never showed them any of my drawings, as I really don't trust my parents to understand the reason why I'm into the things I'm into. Well, it's just overall easier to avoid that kind of conversation. Obviously there's some stuff you can't hide, like if you set a furry background on your phone or whatever, they're gonna ask about it, or if you get a plushie. Like I have a blowhigh, that IKEA shark plushie, and as far as they know, it's just a cute plushie. Like it's nothing to do with the trans community or anything like that. I'm not trans myself, but I do know a few people who are, and I know that the blowhigh is kind of like an icon for them. So I got recommended that I get one because it's apparently nice to sleep on. I've never actually tried it yet, but I'm considering doing it. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's things like that you can't really hide, and it's also like why I would like to find my own place to live, because then I could have whatever the hell I want without potentially being questioned about it. It's really discouraging when you have to basically hide your identity from your entire physical surroundings. This sounds nice, but that looks difficult as hell. Did I ever play this? Apparently not. Okay, I guess it's near the end of the stream. I'm gonna give this song a shot. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And if I end up getting too tired, then I guess it's already about time to close out the stream, so we'll see. Because I like the way this song sounds. I feel like it's gonna be way too difficult. Not going to jinx it. Okay. So far so good. That's a nice spike in difficulty there towards the end. Gonna see where this ends up. So my right hand is really telling me that it's about time to go. No, I really wanna pass this. Feels like extremely possible, but I am afraid of that spike there at the 4/5 mark. This song feels very familiar, and I am worried that I played it in the past and I didn't have a score on it because I failed it. That's one benefit of playing with no fail, because then you can still finish the song and have a score submitted. I don't have that right now, so it's passing or nothing. Yup. Calculated. Damn it. Wow, that was what even is this? Yeah, that's the spike there. Oh well, maybe some other time. I'll add this to give it a shot playlist. But yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for today. I'm just gonna play the outro song. As always. Well, maybe I should remove the unplayed modifier, that could probably help. Right. Before I do that, actually, let me see who else is on. Usually like to find someone from the team to raid. Hopefully someone also playing Beat Saber. Let's see. Nope, that's me. There's not a whole lot of people, especially playing Beat Saber, from the team at least. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I don't see anyone playing Beat Saber. Now just gonna close that, and time for Xenogenesis. As I said before, if the event is streamable, the Furries on Twitch meetup. I might do that tonight, so there's a chance that I will be on again still. But that is not a guarantee. And I really hope that I'll be able to keep my promise of doing these more frequently. It hasn't been the case for the past little while, but I really want to be more frequent with these.
Victory.
Thank you everyone very much for watching. I hope you had a fun time, and I guess I hope to see you again sometime next time when I'm streaming again and stuff. Goodbye.